This is Psychic Development Course Level 1, Lesson 19, and today we're going to be getting into Beginner Palmistry. Palmistry is different from other forms of psychic development. So this form of psychic ability relies on physical evidence and different formations in the hand of the person that you are reading. So you can turn palmistry into a very powerful psychic tool when you combine the established information on the hand with your psychic skills and intuition that you've developed. It's important to note that not all palmists use psychic abilities during their work. Palmistry is actually related to astrology in many ways. Areas of your palm are associated with various planets, and they are designated mounts on the hand. Some people have the belief that your palm contains your entire life history. The mysteries of the universe are literally within every person's hand. We are going to get into the very basics of palmistry in this lesson. I do have a full palmistry recording soon if you would like to learn more and master palmistry. So let's begin by examining our own hands. We'll start with the shapes of the fingers. So if your fingers are close together, this means that you are reserved and not very confident. If your fingers are far apart and naturally spread wide, this means that you have an open energy. You're giving and generous, but sometimes you may miss out on opportunities. These are the 4 shapes that you will find in finger types. We have the pointed finger, spatulate finger, we have square fingers, and conic, which looks very rounded. So the finger shape and their meanings. Pointed means intuitive, impractical, restless, and artistic. Square fingers are realistic, reliable, and practical. Conic is imaginative, impulsive, talkative, and likable. Spatulate, they are inventive, energetic, and individualistic. The thumb represents willpower and logic. Your thumb reveals the most out of all of your fingers. A closed thumb indicates that you are frugal with your money and your emotions are reserved. If between your thumb and the rest of your fingers it is wide, this suggests seeking freedom and selfishness to a point. If the thumb is small, you are very easily influenced, and if the thumb is large, it means you have self-control and strong morals. The index finger means and represents Jupiter. This finger represents your confidence and the way that you express yourself. If this finger is longer than the ring finger on your hand, you are an extrovert. A shorter index finger may indicate feeling inferior or an inferiority complex. The middle finger, which represents Saturn, this represents and shows your attitude when it comes to responsibilities of life. If the middle finger is long, it is suggested that you have burdens and responsibilities. If it is a shorter finger, then you may lean more towards being irresponsible. The ring finger, which represents the sun, this speaks about your success and creativity. So if the ring finger is long, this suggests being a lover of life and full of excitement. A shorter ring finger shows that you do not use your creativity as much, if at all. The little finger represents Mercury, and this stands for communication. If you have a long little finger, this means that you are intelligent and very expressive. A shorter little finger indicates difficulty expressing yourself. 5 of the lines on the hand This is the very basics. Again, we would have to go further into this, but let's get into some meanings here. So the heart line, if you look at the visual, this represents the emotions of the individual. If it is chained and crisscrossed, this equals difficulty in love and relationships. If you have a fused heart and head line, this means focused and practical. The only exception for this is Down syndrome, because they do have it fused. If it sweeps up and branches out, this means that you are affectionate. If it branches and sweeps down, this indicates disappointment in love. If your heart line is completely broken, it means you're demanding in love. If you have a long heart line, it means you're expressive. And if you have a short heart line, this means you have repressed emotions. So let's switch to the head line, which is at the top of the hand on the visual given here. This represents your mental. Strong. If you have a very strong line, this means you have high intellect. If it is a straight line, this means you have good concentration and you are very logical. If it is sloping, this means that you are intuitive. If it is wavy, faint, forked, or broken, it means that you are indecisive and you may have confusion. Let's move on to the health line. If this line is present, it means that you have poor health. And if this line is absent, it means that you are enjoying good health. The lifeline represents physical health and longevity. If you have an unbroken line, it represents a robust life. If you have a broken line, this may represent illness or an accident. Fate line is the next one that we're going to get to. This is the degree to which your life is controlled by external forces. So this determines the success in your life. A forked fate line, which points towards the fingers, is a good indication. These are some basics when it comes to palmistry, but it does not go into everything that you need to know. We'll be restarting this week if you would like to master palmistry. Your homework for this week is to look at your right hand and analyze the information that's been given in this lesson and see if you can relate to any of the meanings. Look at your finger shape, figure out which finger shape you have and if it relates to your personality, and also look at the 5 lines that we went over and see if it makes sense in regards to your life. So that is it for this lesson, lesson number 19 on palmistry. I'm your guide, Kanaska Carter, and I will see you in the next lesson. Take care.